Welcome, everyone. During our time of meditation together, we're going to practice experiencing God's compassion. Much of this exercise is being used from the book Compassionate Presence by Rolf Nolasco and R. MacDonald. As we're entering our time together, I invite you to find a comfortable position, whether that is sitting or lying down, whatever is comfortable for you. This compassionate exercise invites each of us to cultivate space that we may become more aware of God's accompaniment and His companionship with us, that we may connect with God, who compassionately suffers with us and alongside us in our own experiences of pain and suffering, and in those feelings of lostness, aloneness, and fear. This exercise also invites us to cultivate a greater experience of self-compassion for ourselves. And now, as we enter into this exercise, if you're comfortable and haven't already done so, I invite you to place your hands in your lap with your palms facing up as a way to expectantly receive any gifts that may come to you during our time. And if you're comfortable, I also invite you to gently close your eyes. Begin by becoming aware of the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice the air moving in and out. And become aware of your chest rising and falling. And just linger here for a bit. And now taking a few deep breaths, continuing to notice the air moving in and out, and the sensation of your chest rising and falling. And just linger here for a bit. And if you find yourself getting lost in your thoughts, or your mind is wandering, or some overwhelming emotions come up, that's okay. And there's no shame. Just gently bring your attention back to your breathing, or the sound of my voice, or the music. And now just taking a few more deep breaths. And now in your imagination, as best as you can, picture a crowd whom Jesus saw and had compassion on. And notice any sights and sounds, any colors or textures, and just linger here for a bit. And now in your imagination, take notice of Jesus. Notice his compassion and his warmth towards the crowd. Notice his face and his eyes and his gentle smile towards the crowd. And linger here for a bit. And now notice yourself in the crowd. See Jesus walking over to you. Notice his face and the warmth he extends to you. As best as you can, feel his tenderness and his gentleness with you. And just linger here for a bit. And if you're comfortable, I invite you to place your hand on your heart and picture Jesus' nearness and his assurance to you that he is there with you, so eager to touch and heal your aching heart and stifled spirit, distressed body, and broken relationships. Just linger here for a bit. And if you find yourself getting lost in your thoughts, or your mind is wandering, or some overwhelming emotions are coming up, that's okay. And there's no shame. Just bring your attention back to your breathing, or to my voice, or the music, and remember the nearness of God. If you're comfortable, continue keeping your hand on your heart and hear the invitation of Jesus for you. Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. Linger here for a bit. I'm going to read the invitation of Jesus again. And as I do, as best as you can in your imagination, picture these words holding you, his warmth and his tenderness extended to you in these words. And Jesus invites you to come, you who are weary, and I will give you rest. And now become aware of aspects of your life that need this rest, this compassionate touch of God. And as best as you can, name them one by one and offer them up to God in humility, reverence, and surrender. And linger here for a bit until you've been able to name them all and surrendering them all as best as you can. And as God touches these places that you have surrendered, experience the warmth of His compassion, lifting your burdens up, helping you feel light, accompanied, and assured. As best as you can, try to immerse yourself in this experience of God's accompaniment and His companionship and His withing amidst your suffering and in the realness of your life. And with a gentle smile, linger here for a bit. Now in the last few minutes, draw your attention back to the natural rhythm of your breathing. Notice the air moving in and out, and your chest rising and falling. And linger here for a bit. And now take in a few deep breaths, continuing to notice the air moving in and out. The air that is life to you and a gift to you from God who accompanies you. And continue to notice your chest rising and falling. And as we end our time together, if you're ready and your eyes have been closed, I invite you to gently open your eyes entering back into your world, knowing a little more of God's accompaniment, His companionship, and His compassion towards you and for you. And may all of us experience God's companionship and accompaniment today and always.